Right, it's recording. Let's do this. So, Crewe Alexandra versus Milton Keynes Dons. There are 3 games left to go, and the 3 points at stake could be worth their weight in gold to both teams, couldn't they?
Absolutely, they could. We're going all out for automatics, and they still have a chance of the playoffs. So I expect it to be a very interesting game, hotly contested. And
Yep.
yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, well, let's hope the Bromley win will give us everything we need in terms of confidence.
I don't think it will just give us confidence. I think it will give us momentum that we need as well.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's what I mean, confidence momentum. I mean, the way we defended after they scored, I mean, they threw a kitchen sink at us and we weathered the storm. Craig was outstanding, Aaron Collins' block. It's just,
Yeah, Aaron Collins at the
everything
end
on the
was
line.
fantastic. It's not just the performance though. It's after the match, the passion you saw in the players. I
Yeah.
don't think we've seen that in a very long time, and I was really pleased to see it.
I think it was our best win of the season so far.
Yeah, it's starting to feel real now, isn't it? Like
Yeah.
a couple more wins and we're there.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? If we win tomorrow, not counting to lose to Barnet, so I must say, we're on 4 of the last 5, unbeaten in 6, then we already did a point maximum to gain promotion. And a goal difference should be enough anyway. So,
Yeah,
suddenly we're all very excited. Whereas 7 days ago, I'm doing my video, nervous as anything.
yeah. It's crazy how a week can change things in football.
Well, what a difference 3 points make.
Exactly.
And it's also worth mentioning that actually our the title challenge is suddenly back on as well because Bromley drew yesterday to Cambridge United. If we win, we're only 2 points behind them. So could we do
Yeah,
it?
we absolutely could do it. It would be an added bonus, but I don't think it really matters. The
I
only
know.
thing that
Yeah,
the only thing that matters for me is being in League One next season.
100%. I completely agree. If you offered me 3rd place at the start of the season, I'd have said thank you very much and
Yeah,
be done with it.
exactly.
I think also if you'd offered us 3rd before the Bromley game, I think we would have taken that as well, given we were winless in 4 and couldn't seem to score in 2 of those games. Yeah, so I just thought for a second, was it 3 games you couldn't score? I was thinking, oh, could we hit a barn door?
No. So, what are we thinking the lineup will be tomorrow?
I was thinking that. Craig in goal. I don't think he can't start after what he did on Saturday. Um, he's going to start getting Jones, isn't he?
I think
And,
so.
that's absolutely fine. But I want to see some better crossing. Luke Offord's still suspended. Trying to think now. Gethin Jones. Liam Kelly. Is Danny Crowley coming back, do you think? Do you think he'll be back?
I
Because of
think
John Melis' suspension.
if he's anywhere, he'll be on the bench, I think.
Yeah, I think he's been a bit of a bit part player as a backup, hasn't he? I think
Yeah.
Jack Sanders, Curtis Nelson, Ben Wells, I think they have to start for me, I think. To be
Yeah.
honest, they've all played fantastically well. I can't complain at all with their efforts. I know Ben Wells could have probably had 2 goals on Saturday, but I think to be honest,
Yeah.
I'm probably glad he didn't, given the pressure we were under. We're going to take something from that. So I know I'm saying the last one, going into analysis at the same time. Marvin Patessa.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Who else? Who do you think, in addition to those players? Obviously, I want Nathaniel Mendes Lang to start up front. Callum Patterson is going to start up front.
Yeah.
Do you think
For
Joe
me,
Tomlinson could replace John Mellish?
I think it'll be Big Craig in goal and the
Yeah,
usual back three.
yeah,
Gethin on the right, Joe Tomlinson on the left. Think we'll
yeah,
have Crowley, no, not Crowley, Gilby and Kelly
yeah.
in
Gilby, that's the word
midfield.
I meant to say.
Up front, it should be Wiles, Collins. No, not Wiles. What am I talking about? It should be Wiles, Patterson, and Mendes, with Collins coming off the bench.
You put Ben Barnes up front because I think
Well,
is he a
just
striker though? I think he's
I'd
more
have
like an
him.
attack. He's more of a midfielder who can,
I'd
as we know,
I'd
score
have him.
goals.
I'd have him as the 10
Yeah.
behind those two. the other two.
It's interesting actually because one person I didn't mention was Aaron Collins. I think he could be pushing for a starting place, but I think the competition is very good right now. It's very strong. The other person we didn't mention is Russian Hepburn Murphy. He's been a
Yeah,
good starter as well.
and
Well,
now
a recent starter.
we're getting players back to full fitness. We have a wealth of options, and that's really
Yeah,
fantastic at this stage of the season, especially.
it's what we want, isn't it? We want the wealth of options. We want Paul Warren to have a good headache who's to start. It's only going to
I mean,
help the Dons.
maybe there is a case for Rush to start. He's such a live wire, and he could cause. Is Dimitri starting tomorrow? Do you know? Is he injured or suspended?
I don't think he's injured or suspended. I can't say I've seen the lineup, but I know he's very much in that first team.
Yeah, and he's a very good defender, but he's aging. He could probably mark Patterson or Collins out of the game, but he would struggle with Murphy.
It's interesting you say that actually. Is it too late to contact forewarned?
I'm sure he knows.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, it's an interesting one because I don't think Crewe are a bad side, but they're not in the best form. They've won 3 of their last 5, but they lost 2 of their last 3. They've been inconsistent. At the same time, they had a really good run, and now they're not. They haven't been able to fully get it back there, I think, and that's why they are where they are. I mean, it's a must-win game. I mean, how many points are they off the playoffs? So they're 6 points off the playoffs, and we've only got 3 games left to go. So it is a must-win game for them because if they don't win tomorrow and Sheffield win, it's game over. So that's in itself why we need to be at our best anyway. But it's just interesting because you mentioned Mickey Dimitri, a couple of other players I was thinking of. Obviously, we know them well from Dons. They've got Tommy O'Reilly and Emre Tesgeld, and we know how well they can play as well. So they'll probably want to prove a point against us.
I was just going to make that point, actually. I think they will very much be fired up for this game.
Yeah.
Tesgeld, I think the fans liked him. I think he showed something when he was here.
I liked him.
Tommy O'Reilly was never really given a huge chance with us.
Yeah, and he'll want to prove that point, won't he?
In memory, all I can think of is him scoring a consolation against Fleetwood.
Yeah.
Last year. So there's clearly talent there for him. And if he's really fired up, I think he could cause us some problems.
Yeah. That's the thing though, isn't it? They'll be fired up, I think. Because while I say they're inconsistent, we know they can win a game. I don't think it's going to be the same Crewe we easily beat 3-1 in October. And I'm going to use that word easily because it was an easy win. Well, I say easy. We were comfortably the better side. They scored one towards the end, and that was really it. We were never going to lose that or draw that. And now it's just about fighting for the playoffs. They're going to be throwing the kitchen sink at us.
Potentially. But the thing I'm trying to think of is, are they a physical side? Because I think of those 2 players you just mentioned, Tesgeld and O'Reilly.
Yeah.
And I think they're young lads and they're not. I'm not going to say they're not up to the task, but I think they'll struggle against our 3 defenders because they are absolute units.
Well, fingers crossed. To be fair, I do like our defence this season. Like I say, Marvin, I think he's always put a good shift in. I think Curtis Nelson, since he's come through the door, I do feel like he's been that player who just drives it forward from the defence, and we've needed a player like that. And again, obviously, Jack Sanders, I mean, that guy will just... You could hit a brick wall at our goal, and he will literally throw his head at it to make sure it doesn't go in. So hopefully they'll stop them from getting past us. But at the end of the day, we can only speculate. We don't know how they're going to play, and we just we'll have to be at our best. We don't know how they're going to come at us, but at the same time, I do honestly feel like we've got the perfect preparation from last Saturday, because I do feel, before Saturday, if that was a few months earlier in the season, or if that was last season, we don't win that game. And to throw everything in the way that we did shows that this team is up for winning, knows they need to win, and if they do that tomorrow, I think we can throw anything at us, but we can outthink them.
Yeah, I'm totally with you there. We showed great grit last weekend to see out that victory under, an absolute bombardment in the end, wasn't it? With 10
Yeah.
men. That will give the lads confidence in itself.
Hmm.
Of course, as we've mentioned, Crewe will have something to play for,
Yeah.
and we do have to take that into account. I
Hmm.
just think that we have enough quality to see this game through and get a 1-0 win.
Well, no, to be honest, if you offer me a one, then I'll take it because, I mean, when I think about Crewe, one thing that I haven't actually mentioned yet, I don't think, is that yes, they lost 3-2 to Grimsby Town, but actually it's worth mentioning that they were 3-0 down until the 88th minute, and Tommy O'Reilly, who we mentioned, he scored one of those goals. I think it was him who scored in the 88th minute, and actually, you know, I did hear a Crewe fan saying it flattered them, but that's a late fight back. That's spirited performance nonetheless. And you can take something from that into the next game. And if they take that into the next game against us, then we could be up for a really tight game as well. So they'd be up for. I think they'll be up for scoring against us. I think, I would rather us win 1-0 now than even winning like 4-1, 5-1, 6-1. Because one thing that I also want to mention, even though Craig was absolutely my player of the match on Saturday, we've only kept, I believe, 2 clean sheets in 10 now.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
obviously, we want to go up to League One. We can't really afford to keep conceding goals and have to outscore them like that because it's only going to get harder in League One as well. So I feel like even if it's just a stressful, I use the word stressful 1-0 win where we just have to make sure we don't concede after scoring, I'll take it. Again, it builds up momentum, builds up confidence, builds up, we can do this under pressure. We can go up, we can win these games. Um, but it's also a clean sheet then, and the determination to not concede, which I've seen so many times this season, will be back for just when we need it at the end of the season, just to help us go up, really. Because if you look at after Crewe as well, we've got a team that's fighting for their lives, only at the moment 3 points above the relegation zone, and then we've got Fleetwood Town at the end, who, yeah, they roll on 8 unbeaten run. Matt Lawler hasn't done the worst job, and they'll also want to end the season on a high. So I think if we keep a clean sheet tomorrow and even just win 1-0, I think it could just do us the world of good. I really do. So I'll take 1-0 in a heartbeat.
Yeah, yeah, and the clean sheets are important, as you say. I do think we have one
Mm,
of the better defensive records in the league as a whole.
yeah. Yeah, we do.
And I don't necessarily have a problem with us conceding a goal or two every game as long as we're winning. I want to
Yeah,
be
that's the main thing.
I want to be entertained by football, and sometimes that means it's end to end. But
Mm,
at this stage of the season, I think it's important to just grind out the results. So,
yeah, yeah.
I totally understand where you're coming from.
Yeah, that's the most important thing. We just get the win. I mean, look, even if it comes to it, we have to win 5-4 in all our 3 games. I'd set off for that right now as well. But I just want us to go up in the best way we can. I mean, you mentioned the defence. I just had a look now. We've got the joint third best defensive record. Only Cambridge United and and Oldham Athletic, only they have conceded less goals than us. And as I've said this before, and I'm going to say it again, this is the first time since 2022 that we're going to concede less than. And if I'm going to be really specific, then 66 goals. Since Agnow's been missing out under Liam Manning, we conceded 66 goals. We've got relegated, 68 goals in League Two under Mike Williamson when we tried to get back up, and then 66 goals last season. So it is something that we're going to have to sort out. Well, there's something that we did need to sort out, and to be honest, I think Paul Warne and his staff have helped us to do that. So as much as I would like us to keep more clean sheets, it's a lot healthier than previous seasons, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely, it is, and you can see it in the players. I feel like in the last few years, some of the players have looked completely lost,
Mm.
and in the last few games, I think some of the cohesion hasn't quite been there. But if we go back to Bromley last weekend, I thought we were
Yeah,
all excellent. And if we can continue to play like that for the next, was it 3 games?
3 games.
Yeah, we're going up. It's as simple as that.
Mm. I
So
mean,
the
we
lads,
started on fire. Yeah.
yeah, and that would be nice tomorrow, get a good start and then control the game.
Yeah. Do you think the lads did that then? You know, he was talking about the lads, how we were playing. Do you think we did that on Saturday?
First half, yeah.
Mm. I would say so too. I just thought I'd get your thoughts.
Second half, I knew what was coming because we've seen that on the pool warm before, haven't we? Just sitting back and letting them attack.
I think also
I
though, yeah, go on.
I was just gonna say, I think if John Mellish didn't get sent off, we could have probably won 4 or 5-0 because I thought when we beat their midfield on the break, we looked dangerous.
That's an interesting one. I think you say, we sit back a little bit. I think the fact of the matter is this is top of the league. Andy Woodman went for it at half time, well in the second half, making 4 changes. I mean, I know you say 4-5-0, that would have been interesting, but I think to be honest, the most important thing that day was to win. And I don't think many
Oh
of us
yeah,
felt
yeah.
confident at all, did we? So
After the sending off, no,
let's be
no.
confident. Let's play with more confidence, I think. And yeah, I mean, look, I think we were confident on Saturday. And when this team is confident, nobody's a match for us, I think. I think we've lacked
No.
that recently, but we didn't lack it on Saturday. We knew we were going to win. And that's what I want to see tomorrow. We know we're going to win.
Yeah, yeah. I think we're going to win. I think we'll have too much for them. And I think
Interesting.
what is it, 1,300, 1,500 fans that are going up, I
Yeah.
think they're gonna really push the team on to a good result. And I'm
Mm.
personally really looking forward to it.
Yeah, well, I think that's the thing now. We can look forward to watching Duns play again. We couldn't do that for a good 3 weeks with how we were playing. Hopefully the damage is done and we've repaired it all now. But yeah, I'm looking forward to tomorrow. I think it will be a good game. I think we'll be up for it. Well, I hope we'll be up for it. You know, you couldn't really ask for a better win to go for it really. To come in the back of a win like that. What more could you want? I think we've shown that we can dig it out and get over that line under such enormous pressure. And I remember saying, before the Bromley game that this would have somewhere where we go as a team. And the fact that we did dig it out and we didn't crumble, I think that's what I'm really hopeful. That's what we're going to do now. That's where we're going to go. We're going to go up in that top three, and we're not going to crumble. So, hopefully, despite their comeback, despite some of their recent wins, I know they've taken more points than us in the last 5 games. Hopefully, they've played us at just the wrong time, I think.
Yeah, you can look into their last 5, but I think we have more momentum considering we won last weekend
Mm.
and they've lost. But I mean, I'm sat here all confident. It's not gonna be an easy game.
It's not going to be
Especially
easy, but I think it's winnable.
especially if we get that team where the posture isn't quite right and, the mentality isn't quite there.
Yeah,
I think that's unlikely. I think that Paul Warne's done what he needs to do.
yeah, definitely. I think it's also worth mentioning that we've got as many points now as we did 7 years ago when we got promoted to League One as well in the Paul Tisdale. I do want to give another shout out to the team for that because I think that's amazing. We've
Oh
got
yeah.
more points now in second than Walsall did last. Sorry, not Walsall. Than Bradford City did last season to get to third. They got 78 points. Obviously, as we learned 2 years ago, 78 points does not always guarantee promotion. I don't want to go too into that.
Yeah,
But
please don't.
I don't know. I still want a refund. Put it that way. That's how I feel about it. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, no. The reason I bring that up is, I think the signs are there that we can do this. Port Vale, they only got 80. Well, they got 80 points last season to get second. Doncaster won it with 84 points. We've got 79 points with 3 games to go. Let's really go for this. I think I think we've got the win when it mattered the most, and now we're in a really good place. I really, really am hopeful of this. It's probably the most confident I felt in a while, to be honest.
I'm with you. I'm with you
Yeah.
there. Yeah, yeah,
I also think I know I said earlier that Craig was a player of the match for Saturday. He also stopped us losing against Oldham Athletic, and yeah, when I look at all the saves he made this season, he's a big part of where we are where we are. I think he's at full confidence as well. So
yeah,
hopefully that
yeah.
makes it difficult for Crewe to score. I know they'll be buoyed on by the late fight back by some of their recent wins. I know it's a must win, but hopefully Craig is just the Craig we're so used to seeing and just has none of it really. But yeah, I'm actually quite confident. I think we've got a good record against Crewe. They've only beaten us once over the last, well, how many years would it be? Yeah, I don't know if did they beat us in the lockdown season at all? Because I think if they didn't, I'd have another look. But I can only really think of one
Possibly.
time when they beaten us in the last 12 years really. Um, I'll have a look at that. Actually. Let me have a look
Yeah, go
at the
on, have a look.
results. Crewe Alexandra. Hold on, I'm going to share my screen now. I'm absolutely sharing my screen now. Let's have a look. Crewe Alexandra versus MK Dons head to head. Just wondering if that could be a good sign. But that past. Actually, no, I'm going to say 2020 because I know all the other results. Just want to double check this one. Okay, so it did beat us in that season.
Right, okay.
So that's twice in 12 years, then that they've beaten us.
I was there for
I
that
know.
match, the 4-1.
Oh yeah, that was a good season, that Liam Manning, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, sorry, no, 3 times in 12 years. But I think the point. I mean, probably embarrassed yourself now by trying to be a bit smart here. But the reason I wanted to mention it was just it's all I really wanted to say. But I think we've got overall, if I look at the more recent meetings, we've not lost all of them. We have a good record. We have beaten
Oh
Crewe
yeah,
a
yeah.
fair few times as well. I know we got promoted under Carl Robinson and Richie Barker that we beat Crewe twice for 5 goals. And last week was Saturday, 18th of April, and we played a football match. We did win 6-1. Like when we got promoted in that season under Carl and Richie, we did beat Crewe 5-0. So I'd love similar results.
Oh, as would I. As would
You
I.
know,
So
we did.
what is your prediction for tomorrow then? What are you thinking?
So I have made predictions. I've gone for a 2-1 win for Dons. And to be honest, I'd honestly rather win 1-0 than 2-1 or 3-1 or 4-1 or anything. I just don't want us to concede. I just want us, even if it means just grinding out a 1-0 victory, just the fact that we could win and get a clean sheet with 2 games to go after tomorrow, I just feel like that would just be perfect for us, and then we can start going heavy scoring again. But I will also say that I do hope Callum Patterson scores because I don't think he's looked as confident since he's come back, to be honest. So let's hope he scores. Let's hope Daniel Mendes-Lang starts. Let's hope we get a good victory, and let's go for it. Really. What's your prediction?
1-0.
1-0.
It is 1-0. Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll take it.
Yeah,
Let's
let,
uh,
let's
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 hope so.
hope. Yeah, exactly. Let's hope so. And yeah, I mean, if we win and not lose, we're practically there. So we can really get the party going for Tranmere. And yeah,
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's go for this. Right. Well, I think that wraps it up. Is there anything else that you want to say? I think I'm saying I've said all my points. Is there anything you haven't said yet?
I'm just going to give a shout out to the fans. As I said earlier, 1,500 are the numbers I've seen. Yeah, I think it's
Amazing.
fantastic. I think it's fantastic support. And it's not the shortest trip in the world, going all the way up to Cheshire. So I have to really clap my hands and respect everyone that's going up. And
Yeah, definitely.
let's just hope that the lads, give us something to cheer about. Get one step closer.
Yep, let's keep our hands together and praying. Let's hope, let's pray, and let's go for it. Yeah, I know it's I think it's like 2 hours or something. I know my brother lives near there. It takes him a couple of hours to get home and back, so I'm
Yeah,
guessing it'll be a similar journey for the fans.
the trade is about 2 hours, so
Mm.
so there you go.
And just one final thing, actually. I meant to say this at the start, but I'm going to say it at the end. Voting is open now, guys, for the awards night. I know it's the same day as our Tranmere Rovers games in that evening. Just want to quickly share my screen again, and just in case anybody who's watching this doesn't actually know. Yeah, so the end of season awards, voting is open. You can vote for your player of the year, your goal of the season. That will open on Monday. Fan of the year, that opened on Wednesday. I voted for my fan of the year. I voted for the other YouTuber, Daniel Lala. If you haven't come across his videos, by the way, they're really, really good. He makes vlogs for every game he goes to, and I'll put a link to his videos in the description as well. I would highly recommend subscribing to him. Best newcomer award that is open for Wednesday as well. Yeah, and that's everything. I just wanted to bring that to everyone's attention because I don't know if everybody does know or not, and I think just in such an amazing season, let's get some positive votes done, really. But yeah, I think that wraps it up. Anything else you want to say?
No, that's me. That's me. Thank you very much again for having me on.
Oh, thanks for coming on. It's been a pleasure. It's always a pleasure to see you. But yeah,
Andrew.
that wraps it up, guys. Guys, if you've liked what we've said today and you haven't already done so, please make sure to subscribe to my content and to subscribe to my channel and share the video. It really, really does help me out more than you'll ever know. Please, as always, please let us know your thoughts. Have you done a good preview? Is there anything else you would add? Are you feeling less confident than us, more confident than us? Do you think we can do it? Yeah, and thanks again so much for watching. I know this is a longer video, and I know not everybody has a lot of time to watch all the videos, so if you are watching up to this point, thank you so much. It is incredibly appreciated, and thanks to everybody who over the last couple of months has subscribed and has helped support the channel as well. It is incredibly appreciated. I really mean that. Yeah, that wraps up for today. Hope you have a great evening. Hope you have a great weekend. And I hope Don's continue from there. We're our boosting win against Bromley with another win against Crewe, Alexandra. Yeah, that wraps it up. And up the Dons.
Up the Dons. See you later.
See you later. I shall see you next week. Coming to Tranmere Rovers.
Yes, I am.
All right, I shall see you then. Hope you all have a safe trip to Crewe, Alexandra. And let's hope that next time I'm making my video, we're celebrating another much needed 3 points. Thanks again, guys. And bye-bye for now.
Bye-bye.